7 rules for a better life. I'm going to go over 7 rules, guys, for a better life. This is coming from an Army Ranger, some guy that, I got 4 deployments under my belt. I've been in war. I've fought in combat. My first near-death experience was at 20 years old in Iraq when the vehicle in front of me exploded. It went up in smoke because it hit an IED. I would say probably my first near-death experience was when I was a kid. There was 2 things that happened. I used to hunt with my dad, and we were raccoon hunting late at night, at midnight. And this raccoon came out of the blackberry bush after the hunt was going on for some time, and he came out of the blackberry bush and ran right at me. It was around midnight. The moon light was out, and I thought that thing was gonna fucking kill me, man. And then another hunt was with a bear. We were hunting a bear. We had this bear treed. We had the dogs at the base of the tree. I was down there. My dad was pulling the dogs off of the tree because that's what you're supposed to do when you're either going to shoot the bear or let it go. And the bear decided to come down while my dad was pulling back the dogs. Now, you pull back the dogs so that if you kill the bear, it doesn't land on the dogs. And if you let the bear go, obviously the dogs aren't there at the base. But typically the bear doesn't just come out because you start pulling a dog off. This one got the confidence. He started coming down, and I thought it was going to kill us, man. So point is I'm going to give you guys 7 rules for a better life here in this video. And I went from a small town of 300 people. I didn't dream very big. I was a quitter in life. I was a college dropout. One of my first jobs was in landscaping and washing dishes, bagging ice. I was a minimum wage employee. And the biggest I thought and dreamt was to get out of the small town that I grew up in. I joined the military, changed my life. Became an Army Ranger, served in the top 1% in the 75th Ranger Regiment, became a Strike Force 1 Ranger platoon leader, went out, did some capture-kill missions, some highly sensitive missions, and then I became an infantry commander in the conventional Army. I deployed again. After that deployment, I ran 100 miles with no train up, 100 miles, no train up in the Colorado Rockies. No train up, man. And I completed that race, and I realized it was time for me to separate from the military and fulfill my calling of building leaders, which meant building the best you. So that's led me to here. Here I am in Florida, living my life. I got the pool out here, which, as a kid, I always wanted a pool. And, that's what I do now. So I help business leaders. I help high achievers. I help them hit their goals. I help them get what they want. You guys, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'll just, I have 3 programs, okay? So just real quick. I have a Build the Best You program, which is mindset, fitness, and nutrition, and personal development, okay? We help you build more confidence, get in great shape. And then I have life coaching, which is a small group program. I give you a curriculum to follow, a step-by-step process to follow to change your entire life. And then I have one-on-one with Jeremiah, which is leadership and high-performance coaching, where we help you collapse the timeline to your business and life goals. My starting program is $750 for 3 months, and it goes up to $2,000. That's the Saturday Build the Best You. And then the life coaching starts at $5,000, goes up to $10,000. And then my one-on-one starts at $10,000 and goes up to $50,000. So, point is that people always hide their prices and shit. I never really been about that. I don't like. Anyways, I'm gonna get to the point of the video. So, to change your life, how I got here, how I left work for myself, built the life that I love, and the number one thing that can make a life, the number one rule for a better life is attitude. Attitude is number one. If you have a bad attitude, you could have everything in the world. You could have the best job, you could have the best amount of money, the most amount of money, you could have the best relationship, but if you have a bad attitude, you won't perceive the gifts that you have at all. Like when I was in Iraq, if I had to work on my attitude when I was in Iraq, because there was plenty of times where I did not want to fucking be there. And by building up a positive attitude, I actually had times when I was there where I enjoyed myself. So that's number one. Rule number one, to build a better life, you got to have a great attitude. Your attitude determines your aptitude, how far you'll fly. Okay? Number 2, the second rule to a better life is you need to control your inputs. Okay, when your life is a byproduct, is an output. Your life is an output. So whatever you consume, the information you consume, the people that you're around, the material, this content, the YouTube content that you put into your mind, you're gonna synthesize that information, and it's like baking a cake or making something. You're gonna put it all together, and your life is gonna become that output of whatever you put into you. Okay, so be mindful of what you're putting into you. Okay. Rule number 3 is if you're not a master of your mind, you're a servant to your thoughts. Okay, if you can control your mindset, you can control your world, you can control your life. What I learned along the way is a lot of people are victims to their thoughts. They're slaves to their thoughts. They think a certain way and they think that they can't take control of those thoughts, but you are absolutely in control of your thinking. And when you choose to focus on the things that you want, not the things you don't want, okay, the things that you want, not the things that you don't want, what is it that you want? When you focus all of your attention on that, your life moves in the direction of what you want and away from what you don't want. Okay? Rule number 4 for a better life. You can get everything you want in life if you just help enough people get what they want. Your life, you'll be rewarded in life based off of how much you serve and help other people and solve problems and make an impact. Your pay doesn't come from your company. It doesn't come from any specific source. It comes through your company. The universe pays people proportional to the level of problems that they solve and the impact that they make. So you want more pay, you want a more abundant life, help more people. You can get everything you want in life, just help people get what they want. Number 5. Number 5 is an important one. Rule number 5 for a better life. If you can't spend time with you, you don't love you. So spend time with you. Rule number 5 for a better life is that you have to spend time with you. You have to love the time with you. When I was coming up and I didn't enjoy my time with myself, that was because I didn't like what I thought about. I didn't like what I did with my time. I got bored easily, right? But you should be able to sit with yourself and enjoy your thoughts and enjoy your presence. If you're not proud, you don't like to sit with yourself, you don't like to be present with you. And if you don't like to be present with you, you won't be able to give anybody else a great experience of you. Okay, I'm trying to wrap this up because the video is getting a little bit long. Number 5, the next rule. I was like, did I lose count? Number 5, the 5th rule for a better life. Your life, the potential that you achieve in your life is largely determined by 1, your decision to go after that level, and number 2, who you surround yourself with. If you're not an architect of your environment, then you're a byproduct of it. Okay? You've all heard you're going to be the average of the 5 people you hang around. But how many of you guys are really taking time to cultivate your environment? So rule number 5 is that you have to learn to cultivate your environment. You have to learn to pick the people and put them on your team. That you build a fucking team for life. And pick people specifically that you want in your life. And if you can't get exactly them, get somebody close to them. Rule number 6 to a better life. Rule number 6 to a better life is never let your external results dictate your internal happiness. You can have a bad day. You can have bad times in your life. You could not be getting paid. You could, never allow your circumstances to control how you feel. Now, listen, if you're not getting what you want out of life, the relationship, the money, the things that you want, the house, the lifestyle, it's okay to get angry about those things. But get angry about them so that you take action to fix them. And then after you make the decision to fix them, go back and redirect yourself for happiness. You want to be in control of your happiness, and happiness is created within. And if you never learn how to create your own happiness within, when you get to those places, of having more money, having a better relationship, more whatever it is that you want, a better body, you won't be actually happy because you never taught yourself to be that way. And then the final rule for a better life. I was thinking about this, and I've deployed, like I said, several times. I thought a lot about work, and I thought a lot about play. I've lost a lot of time with my wife. I lost a lot of time with my family. I mean, I can't tell you how many Christmases and holidays and birthdays I spent away from people that I care actually about. And in this world of high achieving, people talk about, should you go after some sort of balance, or is there such thing? Are you working too hard? And people kind of criticize hard workers, and you kind of wonder as a high achiever if you are working too hard or if you're missing out on a lot of life because you're choosing to go after this path. Okay? So, what I'll tell you, the seventh final rule for a better life, how do I say this to you? Work was made for man. Man was not made for work. You weren't made to work your entire life. We actually, as men, women, humanity, we created work for us. So the point of that is that the seventh rule is to create the work that you want. Okay? Pick a path in life that is aligned with what you truly want. Not what somebody else told you to do, not what you think that makes sense. You are a creator. Co-create with the universe. The universe is going to give you opportunities. It's your job to go internal and figure out if that's the actual opportunity that you want. So those are the 7 rules by an Army Ranger. If I messed up the count, somebody let me know down in the comments. But I appreciate you guys all. And let me know what was your favorite rule that really stood out to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Conquer all.